Behold the glory of the Neuse River. And what? And Melody
Boop.
Parker. Welcome back.
Hello.
Another magnet fishing episode, yes?
Yes.
That's
Again.
the 581 bridge. We're at the Neuse River. That's the boat ramp. I literally just found this place the other day on a flower delivery run. So we decided, now that we have some time in the afternoon where we've got some shade, let's cast in there and see if we can pull some crap out of the water. It's a tradition that we always give Melody the first toss, so let's jump into it. All right, first toss. What did we find? I see something. Oh, okay. Not bad. Not bad. It's Juaritos.
Yeah.
That's some good soda pop.
It's in the mud. Look at that.
Dang. Well, that's the first step in cleaning out the waterways.
Woohoo!
Bottle caps.
In the bucket you go.
What is that?
Rusty old nail.
Rusty nail. Hey, that could prevent a tetanus shot. Good job.
Into the bucket you go. What'd you get?
One more tiny little nail.
Oh, nice.
Into the bucket it goes. Hey, it's a nice little fish hook you got there.
Tiny little fish hook.
Yep. That's just another thing somebody can get really effed up with.
Well, I saved somebody's pinky toe.
Into the bucket it goes. Couldn't even probably see that. Hey, I got something. That's like a little weird hook-shaped metal thing. I guess that'll work. Something to be proud of. Into the bucket it goes. What is that? What did you get?
No idea.
It's like a metal wire with like a plug on the end.
Yep.
Looks like it would maybe go to a stereo or some type of electronic device. If you know what this is, let us know in the comments. Into the bucket it goes. All right, well, not a complete loss for the day. There's a food can that came out and a washer. We got some visitors Melody's talking to, but that's what I've found with this thing so far. But this thing needs to be retired. It's breaking to pieces. Into the bucket it goes. What's that? Oh, hey, another lure for Dustin.
There you go.
That's a handsome little fella.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm sorry you didn't catch a fish, but we caught you. Yeah.
Nice little lure.
In the bucket it goes.
The bucket you go.
Dude, we have so much sharp stuff in this bucket. I can't imagine. We always make friends out here in the nature. I gave him a chance to throw this broken magnet, but lo and behold, he caught something. What is that?
Little nail.
Little nail? That's just more to keep people from having to get a tetanus shot.
Yeah.
Because people are gonna be stupid and jump in this lake, or in this river.
Yeah,
And you are, sir?
Jaden.
Jaden, nice to meet you. Clint. Apparently, these folks have seen us out and about before, but we didn't know it. We were at the Waynesboro Park. They were fishing. We were magnet fishing. And she was like, "Were y'all up on that overlook thing?" We're like, "Yep." I forgot about this one. Into the bucket it goes. What's on the bottom? I see the string. Oh, cool. Ooh. Oh, it's a tiny little nutsack. Those are sinkers. You're having all the luck today. It's little stuff, but you're doing well. Even he found something over there, and I'm just striking out left and right.
Y'all gotta subscribe. I'm definitely gonna try this out.
Yes, this is Allie. We've inspired her to want to get a magnet fishing kit.
Yes, it's only $100.
Well, it depends. Depends on what you want. There's different weights. There's different sizes and skill levels.
We're definitely gonna do it. It's definitely better than fishing.
You can get it on Temu, but I wouldn't recommend it. Yep. Oh, see, there's another bullet casing. That wasn't in the water, but it's out here.
Try it out.
They definitely like to shoot out here, dude. We found like 30 or some of those so far.
Yeah, but you'll find cool stuff, especially if you travel the world.
Yep. You're not gonna find everything on every cast, but if you do it 800 times, you're
Right. And
you're bound to
fun.
find
I
something.
would do it. I would do it 800 times.
Well,
It's
subscribe to
fun.
State Parkers and then contact us, and we'll let you know when we're going out.
Yeah.
So these guys are getting hooked on it, and I'll tell you guys what. Whenever you're done doing it from this spot, I'm gonna dislodge, like whenever y'all go somewhere else, I'm gonna dislodge the rope from that, and I'm gonna let you keep that magnet. All you need is a carabiner. I'm gonna keep the carabiner, but you can have the magnet, and I'm gonna keep the rope, but you can have that as a souvenir.
Can we go magnet fishing with you off the bridge before we leave?
Let me talk to Melody and see when she's ready to go up there, but I want to do that, yeah.
Okay.
As long as we can stay out of the traffic. That's a little shady up there, but I also don't know if our ropes are quite long enough to reach the bottom. It's worthless if you can't reach the bottom of the water. Well, they weren't in the water. They were right next to the water, but there's some 9mm casings. Again, people love to shoot out here. I don't know what they're shooting at, but hey, bang, bang. So Skylar here is gonna give it a go. Let's see what happens.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Not bad. Good toss, as they say in the industry. You can kind of see that blue rope over there. Those guys are getting into it, dude. They might find something. I hope they do. This area right here that I'm in is a lot less rocky than where I was throwing before, so I'm gonna take my turn on this orange rope and see if I can't come up with maybe an airplane.
Airplane. Hi.
What's up with these people that just throw in their first time? There's multiple things on there. You got what?
Dang.
Okay.
You got the mother load. Okay, so you got a bottle cap.
Bottle cap.
Looks like a
Nail.
Nail.
a
Another
little
nail.
Another nail. I think that's, well,
Nice.
whatever.
Wow.
Into the bucket they go.
Nice. Here.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of.
Well, I was successful. That's a shiny little fishing lure with a tiny little hook,
Nice.
little string. Not bad. So
Show the viewers.
Hey, he's got
Hey, little fishy.
6 feet. Into the bucket it goes. Yeah.
Into the bucket it goes.
Into the bucket it goes. Oh, okay, we can get that one.
That's the first miss since we've been doing this.
Okay, then.
I didn't miss.
Skylar over there walking. They're gonna go under the bridge. We're gonna go up on top of the bridge, but she brought me these that she picked up near the boat ramp. It's always good to pick up some trash when you can. We got some good Samaritan youth. Who says millennials are all whacked out? These ones are pretty cool.
Yeah, they're having a good time.
Yep. Into the bucket they go. Professionals don't miss. In spite of the fact that this is a pretty busy road with a fairly narrow little easement here, we're still gonna fish off the top of this bridge for a little while until we can't stand it anymore. Wish us luck. On the way just to this spot, we found all kinds of metal objects just laying along the side of the road, so we're probably gonna fill up our bucket pretty quick doing that. As a matter of fact, we found that laying on the side of the road, and it looks like something that you crank and it climbs up and locks something down. I'm sure somebody knows what that is. If you let us know in the comments, we appreciate it. Looks like our rope is in fact long enough. We were a little concerned about the ropes being too short, but no, it hit the bottom. So let's see, man. This is a little scary out here, but we're enough off the road where they can see us. And she's got that bright blue shirt on, so as long as it's daylight, which won't be much longer. You got something. Looks like you caught a fishing line that's strapped onto a stick that's pulling something behind it. Anything of interest on there? No, just stick and fishing line. See, I knew it wasn't all for naught. Look at that. This was attached to that stick, and we ended up finding another fishing worm.
Yay!
With a good hook and some sinkers, some tiny little balls. We will save that stuff for Mr. Dustin.
Yep. You're gonna have a nice collection, sir.
Yeah. Well, your first cast off the bridge yielded a tiny little result, much like the rest of today, but that's cool. No matter what we catch, I'm always excited about it. That'll do. What you got? What you got? Oh, that's a spike. Some type of metal iron spike. Ooh, you gotta slide it off. There you go. Nice work. In the bucket it goes. Yeah.
Nice splash there, baby.
Our little beginner mangler fishermen got snagged on something really bad, but they went left, they went right, and it looks like they finally got it out of the water. Good job, folks! Way to go. Sorry, viewers, that I'm yelling, but all these cars are coming by, whisking by us. All right, the Goon Squad is back. You find that in the river?
Yeah.
Wow, that's like fresh. That's like, yeah, that's totally yours.
In the bucket it goes.
All right, so he just found that really slick looking, nearly brand new serrated knife. I'm impressed. And you managed to get out of a snag, which is like one of the hardest things to do in magnet fishing. So good job. Along this bridge, I have found so many little bits of metal pieces and things. That's gonna go into the bucket. It all goes to the scrap yard. So we're looking pretty good. It doesn't have to be in the water for it to count, does it? I don't know, you tell me. We've had a catastrophe. Holy mother, look at what just happened. It appears that the magnet slammed into the bottom of the concrete way down here. See those blocks? Yeah, I heard it. It was like, bing! Well, hey, maybe on the top. It was fun while it lasted, wasn't it?
It was. It definitely was.
You can still have it as a souvenir.
Yeah,
You'll never forget. You'll never forget State Parkers if you have that in your possession.
It's still a magnet.
Yeah, it's not that strong, but that's excellent.
Damn.
I feel like we found almost this cool stuff like just on the ground, walking to the different spots. Right now, we've come across another multitude of bullet casings. Yeah, is that 7?
Yep.
Damn, all in that one little spot where our wagon is. I just want to know what the hell they're shooting at.
From up here, too.
Yeah, whatever.
Where's the gun?
We're gonna relocate to underneath the bridge where those guys were. They found that knife. Our magnet's a little stronger than theirs was that we gave them, but then they ended up shattering it, so they gave it back and we threw it into our scrap pile. Let's see what we can find, but I will tell you that we've discovered something quite peculiar. There's some shoes, plastic fork, and a lot of clothing down here. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that this might be remnants of what might have been a homeless camp at some point. They did crack down on that out here in this area, but I don't know. That's not my thing, so I don't know what's going down. But how do you feel about being off that scary bridge?
Nice until I saw the wasp's house.
Those are dirt dauber nests. They're harmless unless you swat at them. They're not gonna do them, but I think they're vacant. I think they got kicked out too.
Probably.
There's a lot of them. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that monster. Dude. Yep, they know how to live in the shade, that's for sure. All right, let's do some under the bridge magnet fishing. I was under the impression that this was a lot deeper than it is around here, but those are kids and they're like completely standing up. Earlier they were in the middle of the river, so all right, watch out for leeches. Dude, you haven't even thrown in yet and you've already accumulated some scrap nails. All right.
Into the bucket it goes.
We left our wagon up there. We're gonna just bring the bucket because the wagon cannot make it through this treacherous terrain. This was actually quite difficult to get down as old people. We're still handsome and pretty though. One of the little things about magnet fishing that can kind of irk you a little bit is always having to unravel the rope. They have a life of their own. You can perfectly wrap it up and then you go to get it the next time and it has tangled itself overnight. I don't understand it. It's like guitar cables. There's a tire and right next to it is another tire. I'm sure there's probably more tires in here. So your first cast down in this little spot, I'm sorry I missed it, I was talking to some new friends, is another wiggly worm. And you said there's some sinkers on there? Yeah, cool. Another one for Dustin.
Thank God we found a knife. You want to cut the rope?
Yeah. All right, we've already made some new friends. Once again, this is Pete, the tree guy, and that's one thing I was going to tell you is never hold the rope when you throw it, because your hand is going to slow your roll. But I'll let you have another shot. But still, pull kind of slow because you never know. You might pick up something on that first launch. And this is his fiance. Who are you?
Kelly.
Nice to meet you, Kelly. Always good to meet people out in nature. Inspiring people to get into something they never even thought they would ever consider. Did you get something? See, that's the theme of the day. All the new people get something on their first cast.
I got a drywall screw.
That's a little screw. You actually know like what it goes to. Wow.
Cool.
Wow. All right, Pete.
How about
Showed
that?
me up.
Into the bucket it goes. Boom.
Look at him go. Pull me out a dead body.
Or not.
Or please don't.
I work for a funeral home. It could be useful. That is a nice cast right there. Good job.
Yeah.
Earlier, he found this stick, but it turns out there was actually,
Look at that.
what is it? What's that called?
A leader.
Leader.
These
And
things.
there's some other little. Oh, there's a hook. Yeah,
There's,
for
yeah,
sure.
all kinds of
So
cool
we'll
stuff.
figure out how to get that thing all chopped up and cut off, and we'll throw that. What does it say? What's the saying?
Into the bucket it goes.
Damn right.
Yeah, look at this.
There you go. See, she's a natural. Nice work. These folks are from Florida. They have recently relocated to our neck of the woods.
Real quick. Into the bucket it goes.
Oh, perfect.
Man,
That's what I tell my wife every night at like midnight.
You hush.
All right, we're just attracting all kinds of attention. We have another visitor over here with his son. Melody's tossed in over here. We're going to keep trying this little spot, but I think here pretty soon we're probably going to relocate to another place right down the road that I found the other day. But it might be a little bit of a sketchy bridge section, so we'll see if Melody's down for it. Poor Kelly is the first one to throw in and not catch something on her first cast. We found this earlier, but we had to throw it on the ground because it was wrapped in some kind of fishing line. Either way, into the bucket it goes.
Again.
It's not metal, but it's for dusting.
That's right. There was a hook on there somewhere.
I'll find it. All the big stuff that we find lives in a wheelbarrow in our garage, so we'll probably get together one day and do some inventory, find out everything we have, take a picture of it just to show you guys, and then haul it off and see what happens. I found a power cable. It's a polarized power cable. I think it goes to like a PlayStation or an Xbox or something. It's not really useful to us, but we're gonna throw it in our thing anyways because it's litter, and we like to clean up some of the litter around here, like this. Ew, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, we'll keep it. All right, here we go. Into the bucket it goes. Well, I guess we're gonna relocate. There you go. Not an unsuccessful day. We found some stuff.
Found some friends.
Made a lot of new friends. Inspired the youth. And these people got there to go fishing, and when they came over to us, they forgot that they were there to go fishing.
Yeah.
So it's the war. Magnet fishing versus fishing. Who's gonna win?
Let's see.
Well,
what
you
else?
can't. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. You can feed yourself when you fish. But if you go to the scrapyard and make some extra scratch when you drop off all your goods that you find in the river, you can still feed yourself. So it's just, I don't know. Who's going to win the battle? As long as magnet fishermen don't get in the way of the actual fishermen. Those people have to pay for a license to do that.
Yeah.
We don't.
True. Did they give up already?
Y'all going to go scout a location? All right. Bye, guys. Hey, fist bumps it all the way around. Boom, boom. Pete and Kelly, good luck, guys. We'll see y'all soon. All right, we've located to another spot. I think an even better potential spot. I don't know. We'll come out here more often. Melody's got her safety vest on that she found at one of our last trips. It's like a community service vest. It was just hanging over the railing. But that's got a reflector on it, so that's going to be good because we're losing daylight. So we're going to go ahead and get started on this, and Melody's going to do the cast. Ready? Let's go. First cast at a new spot. Here we go. That's admirable. Let's see what happens. Anything coming up? No.
Not even sure.
That's okay. Like I said, if you want to catch something, you got to throw 800 times or more. Not a bad toss or cast or whatever they call it.
I feel like you find more things on the sides than you do in the middle.
Yeah, probably. Oh shit! I thought I was gonna hit that power. I thought I was gonna hit the power line, but I didn't. I see something on the top of it. I don't know. Let's see what this is. That's just the carabiner. That's one of the issues that you run into when you have a top magnet and a bottom magnet and also a carabiner, is the carabiner has a tendency to do this, and it causes your magnet to do that when you're dragging it through the water. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to reconfigure this at some point and just have straight rope so that we don't have to worry about the magnet getting stuck sideways when we're pulling it up. Beginner stuff. We're learning. Found something.
You found something?
I found something. Oh.
Oh?
Whoa, what is that, a lawnmower blade or something?
No, it's white. It's like part of a sign or something, I think.
That might be part of a signpost? I don't know. Hey, we did it. Awesome. Okay.
Oop, I didn't see where it landed, but nice toss.
Into the wagon it goes. Yep. Okay, we've got a little bit of daylight left. We're gonna go ahead and toss on the other side of the bridge from where we just were. That was somewhat successful. We found that big metal shard, but let's see. Let's see what's over here. Go for it. Shwoo! Yeah, not bad.
All right, so I think this might be one of our last tosses for the evening. It is getting pretty late. Sun has gone down.
It's okay. We have plenty of cars lighting us up. I really need a bigger magnet, and I think I might go home tonight and place an order for something more substantial that we might be able to actually pull some stuff in. So stay tuned. Our videos are going to probably get better because we're going to get better gear. I don't think we're much beginners anymore. We're just not finding anything. Well, it's getting dark, but hot damn, we just made another new friend.
Woohoo!
What is
Her
that,
name
like?
is Debbie.
Was that like 7 for the day?
Something like that.
This is Debbie. She just walks up on us like, "What, y'all magnet fishing?" So it's traditional. We're gonna give her a toss.
Okay.
And if you catch it, you keep it.
That's right. Also, don't hold the rope with that hand when you throw it.
Yeah.
Just throw it with one hand because it'll get caught up on the other hand. Yeah.
Not a bad toss for a first timer. Now
Alright.
you just grab the rope
And pull it back out.
and just slowly pull it in. If you click on something, that's what we call it, as a click, you'll know. And we'll see.
It'll get that
If you don't
magnet.
get it on the first try, it's okay. You got to do 800 times. How about them apples? We just keep meeting people.
Heck yeah.
And every time we meet them, they get distracted. And now they want to go buy magnet fishing gear.
That's right.
Yep.
Pretty soon, we're going to have our own magnet fishing club.
Did you get anything?
No,
Nothing on the first toss.
that's okay.
Go ahead and throw it in again. See what happens. You know what? You don't have to throw it out that far. Sometimes the stuff is like right off the edge of the bridge. Woo! That's probably perfect.
No, that's all right.
We're anchored. We're anchored
me.
over here. Oh, you're anchored here. Yeah, you're holding it.
It's fine.
I've been standing up on this little thing because it keeps me out.
I'm
But,
not that brave.
but both you and Melody are terrified of the balance situation.
Oh yeah.
That's why she wears that at night, because it's
I
reflective.
started to. I have my work uniform is reflective. I started to put it on.
All right, second time, no, nothing.
That's okay.
The people who have met us today that threw in, they all found something on their first try. Except for Kelly, she was the only one, and then now you. So,
Yeah.
but
It was a different spot.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, we were at the boat ramp down the street.
So I'm going to the store for my mom to get her Pepsi, and I come past here and I see her vest, and I'm like, well, what are they doing? And then I see her pulling the rope, and I'm like, is somebody magnet fishing in Dillsboro? Well, I got to come right back through here. I'm gonna stop. I thought y'all were packing up,
She parked right over there and came walking up like she was gonna rob us or some shit.
I started to tell y'all come in peace.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna make you a deal. Since you came up and enjoyed this time with us, you're gonna walk across the street with us when the coast is clear, and we're gonna take something that we found and we're gonna give it to you as a
thank
souvenir
you.
so that you can always remember
That's
us.
so nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But we gotta make sure it's safe.
Yeah, there's a car coming that way. The part that's freaking me out is when the cars go by, especially the trucks. I can feel the bridge.
Ooh, it's like being at Six Flags. Yep.
I enjoyed my time at Six Flags.
Here you go. So just like our bucket wasn't that full until after today. We found a bunch of scrap stuff. This is annoying. I need to get that out of there. But look at all that metal in there.
Oh, look at the knife.
Oh, take it.
Yeah. You want that? You can have
Yes.
that. That is your
Take it.
souvenir.
It ain't sharp.
The funny thing about that is we met these teenagers. I don't know if they're teenagers, but they were young millennial people, and
Hey, I'm a millennial.
we let them use one of my magnets, and they caught that, and I said, you can keep it, and he's like, no, we want to give it to you, but we're gonna go ahead and pay that forward and let you have that.
Thank you.
That
I'm
is
gonna
a-
go home and sharpen it.
That is a
Please
State
do.
Parker's. Yeah, please do, because it couldn't even cut fishing line. That is a State Parker souvenir right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Debbie. for
Thank
stopping.
you.
That's
Thank y'all so
cool.
much.
Yeah. Me too.
See y'all later. was
Sooner
so
than
nice
later,
meeting you.
hopefully.
You too.
Yes.
Yeah, look us up on
We're
the
going that way
socials.
too, so.
Well, that's gonna wrap it up for today's magnet fishing adventure. I can't believe how many people we met, and they pulled off the road.
Totally inspired, by the way. All of them.
All right,
So
so
cool.
the topic of today is inspiration.
That's right. Folks, how cool was it to meet all those people by chance? The first round we had met before, which is cool.
It was all out of curiosity. They were like,
And,
"What are y'all
yeah.
doing?"
The second couple, they actually wanted to go fishing, and then they were like, "Nah, we're magnet fishing now." And
And then this girl
and then
pulls
this
off
girl
the side of the road.
sees
She's like,
us and was on her way to the store, and she's like, "Hold up a minute, I gotta see what they're doing."
and she walks up, she goes, "Y'all magnet fishing?" It's like, "Yep." Her name is Debbie or Nicole, whatever she wants to go by. Yeah.
And,
We look forward to having them in this episode. We didn't
So-
find that much.
no, but there was a lot of firsts.
Yes.
First being they had never done it before.
And those people actually found
was
stuff
really
on
cool.
their first cast.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We did find that cool spot recently, right here.
Totally shatter our magnet, but hey,
That's
it's
no,
neither
it was
here nor there.
no. At that point, it was not our magnet. We had given it to him.
That's true.
He shattered his own magnet.
Yep.
Sorry, Robert Creech. Yeah. That thing disintegrated, and that kid,
Whoopsies.
he did the fatality on it. Yeah.
I'm sure it had a good life.
But that's okay. He gave it back to us, and that goes into the scrap pile. So, I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, what do you tell the people?
Subscribe, like, hit that bell. You know, tell your friends. all that good stuff.
Notifications. We're going to go home and sit back and watch some true crime documentaries. We'll see you on the next magnet fishing trip. Peace.